I'm one of 6 children that was born internationally. My father worked for 2 different engineering firms, ultimately coming back to the U.S. During high school years, and that was just outside of the Boston area, and then ended up at Purdue University. After college, I was fortunate to have been selected by GTE Corporation that had a management training program. And so I had 3 different assignments over an 18-month period before then being ultimately placed in the Bay Area. I was made aware of an opportunity to join this new division, GTE MobileNet. We were just starting it up in 1983. I've been in wireless ever since. Over the course of that next 2 years, we built the network, and we're very proud to be the first providers of cellular telephone service in the greater Bay Area. I was running GTE's Pacific region when, on October 17th of 1989, was when the San Francisco Giants were playing the Oakland Athletics in the World Series. And at 5:04, for those people that were actually watching the game, the Loma Prieta earthquake hit. We immediately knew that this was a big earthquake. It lasted for quite a while. And there were some AM broadcast towers that were in the vicinity of our building, and the tops of those towers had collapsed. Went right back to our headquarters in which our Bay Area switch was located. LED indicators on the switch that tells you how many of your channels were in use on any one of the various different cell sites that we had in the Bay Area, and they were all lit up. That reinforced for me that what had been an exciting industry was made that much more exciting because it was changing the way we lived our lives. It's what led me to ultimately accept a position in building out rural America. Atlantic Cellular was private equity backed. During my tenure there, one of our investors was asking what I thought about the tower industry. It's probably the least sexy aspect of wireless telephony, but a very important part of a wireless network. That investor and another investor asked whether or not I'd like to join the beginnings of what became Crown Castle. I was recruited to join as Chief Operating Officer of the U.S. operation to then grow that business through working with wireless carriers to help them create a more efficient balance sheet. There was no need for them to be building duplicative towers. In 2001, I was asked to take over as CEO because it was clear that what we needed to do was really focus on just operating what we had. And so Crown Castle today has some 40,000 towers. You can't have the kind of wireless services that we all want as subscribers without the requisite infrastructure built. Working with the membership of PCIA, there was a realization that the largest members, the paging carriers, were going to be taking a very different role. I was asked to be chair of that organization as we rebuilt the organization to be an organization focused on the national and state level regulatory issues associated with infrastructure. In my free time, there are 2 things I like to do. One is travel with my family, 2 children, and then boating. And when you're outside of sight of land, it puts a lot of things into perspective. It's a great release. It's something that we can do as a family as well, and so I really enjoy that. It really is unbelievable how this industry is changing lives. Particularly in those less developed countries, they're able to and do acquire prepaid wireless phone service that allows them to conduct e-commerce, mobile banking. We're seeing micro-insurance, once again, transacted through that mobile telephone. And we're just simply limited by our imagination in terms of what these devices are going to allow us to do going forward.